Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. I had a better idea, but didn't pan out.
Nope, it did not. So we are going to be ranking the Skywalker Saga today. We each made our own lists.
They're very different, but some similarities.
They're pretty similar in some respects, but mostly they're very different on which ones we like the most and which ones just can't stand. Those vary, but then the middle in between, they're pretty similar, I think. So we are just doing the Skywalker Saga, so we're just doing the 9 episodes. This doesn't include, Solo Story, Rogue One, none of those.
Rogue One's the best, hands
We're
down.
just doing Skywalker.
Skywalker.
The 9 episodes. So would you like me to start, or do you want to go back and forth? Like, this is my least favorite.
Okay, so
your least favorite.
So it's worst to best, like she said. So we can do. What's your worst one on your list? I already know the answer.
I think everybody knows at this point which one's the worst in my opinion, and that is Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
I think I'm actually gonna switch
down
these two.
Worst
actually.
one.
I'm gonna update.
I hate it.
Hold on.
Can't stand it.
Okay. So I switched mine around. I had a different order, but then I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm going to change that. So my least favorite one, to be 100% honest, is Attack of the Clones.
Oh, I agree. That one's awful, but it's not my
so
least
bad.
favorite.
I don't like it.
Why?
At all. The acting, Hayden Christensen, and it's cheesy and it's stupid, and they're like forcing this relationship with Anakin.
Same could be said about The Last Jedi.
Let me finish my sentence, please. With Padme and Anakin, and it's just she's like not interested, but then it's just like, oh, if I keep pushing towards her, she'll just fall in love with me. That's a bad message.
Same with Kylo and Rey. It's the exact same thing. There's no difference.
There's no difference.
There's no difference. So,
all right,
we all know why I don't like The Last Jedi, so I'm not going to go into that, but it's the worst one, hands down.
Next one.
Attack the Clones.
Mine's the Phantom Menace.
Oh, are you kidding? Darth Maul? Like,
that's the only good part, but the rest of it is garbage.
That's why the Phantom Menace is a little higher on my list because of that. But
like, he's only one character. Yes, he's the best, but it's the rest of it's just garbage. It takes forever to get through anything.
Yeah. Well, for me, Attack the Clones, same reasons you listed. Like, I don't like the forced love story. The acting is terrible.
The acting, I think, that drives me the most.
The overarching story itself is okay if they actually had better actors and people who had chemistry. And just, the whole I hate sand monologue BS is just stupid. So
I don't like sand. It's rough, coarse, and irritating.
You still get Jar Jar in there, so you can't get rid of Jar Jar.
Well, that's also why, Phantom Menace is number 2 for me. Stupid Jar Jar.
What's your third least favorite Star Wars?
My third least favorite is Rise of Skywalker.
Yep, that's the same as mine. Same as mine.
We have a match.
I could tolerate this one a little bit more than The Last Jedi, but not a whole lot.
It was so much to process.
It all came out of left field with Palpatine. It's very forced. I said it.
Forced.
And then, I didn't even mean to, but then
use the
happened.
Force, Christina.
We actually did a full review of Rise of Skywalker when it came out in December, so we'll make sure that video or videos, we have a spoiler-free version and
but I mean, everybody's seen it at this point, so we'll just put the normal version in there.
Go watch those. We'll make sure they're linked, and we go into full detail about why we like some aspects and why we didn't.
Okay. Fourth one,
Phantom Menace.
Revenge of the Sith.
Why?
I just don't like the prequels. But that's my favorite of the prequels.
See, that's why, we'll get into it next. But Phantom Menace, for me, I can't stand Jake Lloyd as young Anakin.
He was only a little kid, though.
I don't even care. He's whiny. I feel like it would have been
it kind of messed him
more
up.
Interesting if he had been older.
Well, and like the lashback and all this stuff that he got as a kid, it really affected him now. So he's just like screwed up now.
Right, but that has nothing to do with the movie itself.
But still, he got so much backlash because of the movie.
Right,
because of his acting. Because he was a kid.
No, I get that, but that doesn't mean anything when in regards to the movie being terrible.
Well, you just said you didn't like him.
Yeah, I didn't like the character of Anakin because he was so young. I feel like it would have, because he was whiny, and he was whiny in Attack the Clones. Like, I feel like it would have been better if he'd been a little bit older, and it would have made the Chosen One and him training to become a Jedi even more powerful if he had started that much later.
Okay.
And we get freaking Jar Jar in here, so
He can just go
that's
away.
the only redeeming factor of the Phantom Menace is Darth Maul, and he's in it for like maybe 8 minutes of screen time.
Do you remember
we used to
when-
reenact
No.
the fight scene?
No,
Yes, what?
let me talk. You keep interrupting me, man. So last year we went to Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, and we went to this panel that was all about Darth Maul, and it was literally. Do you remember that? It was like this lady, and she like had this whole like. I don't want to say like love story for Darth Maul, but it was like his whole history. And she was like obsessed with him. It was the weirdest thing. And we spent like an hour in this panel.
We should have just left.
We should have just left, but it would have looked really bad. We would have gotten called out. We'd rather just sit through the pain than deal with the awkwardness of trying to leave. But yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And yes, he is the best character in that movie, but that's why he's high up on, or that's why the movie's high up on my don't like list.
What do you mean?
I just don't like it.
You just contradicted yourself, though. You like Darth Maul, but you said that's
I
why
like
it's higher
Darth-
on your worst list.
Yeah, I like Darth Maul, but it's like the movie is like this my second choice as far as worst movies.
Okay, whatever. You're not making sense.
I feel
Number
like it makes sense.
5. Let's move on.
Force Awakens.
How dare you? Mine's Revenge of the Sith.
Why?
It's my favorite out of the prequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin doesn't seem as whiny a little bit, but not as bad as
a
in
little whiny.
Phantom Menace or Attack the Clones. Overarching story and how he turns from Anakin to Darth Vader is really interesting and sad. I like that we kind of get that completion from a storyline aspect that was set up in the original trilogy. We get that background finally complete. For me, and I love the special effects and stuff too.
For me, so technically it's number 5, so it's like in the halfway point, almost, because there's only 9. Force Awakens for me, it's just, again, it's in between, so I have like a love-hate relationship with it. It's good, but it's not the best. And that's all I have to say about that.
If I can't change your mind about Force Awakens and
Yep.
you can't change mine about Last Jedi, we're just gonna let it sit. So number 6.
You're gonna hate me for this.
Yeah, so we're getting more towards the best versions. Number 6 for me is A New Hope.
Last Jedi. It's not my favorite though.
Okay, I'm honestly surprised by that. So
it's in my top 5. It's number 4.
That's ridiculous, but yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail because we've had this conversation countless times since the movie came out.
I have A New Hope as number 6 and not like the best one. Just because it's the first one that introduced everybody to the world of Star Wars doesn't mean it's necessarily the best one. Kind of similar to Anakin. Luke's a little whiny in this one. It does have a complete storyline, and we do see the beginning of the hero's journey that Luke goes on, but in comparison to the other movies that follow that, it doesn't really hold up to me. I definitely enjoy the stories and the character development of the other movies that are coming after this one.
Mine is my third top choice is A New Hope, for all the opposite reasons that she said for hers.
What number is this one? Sorry.
7.
We're on 7 now.
But it's like my top 3. It's the third option, when you look at it that way. But yeah, New Hope is my number 7 pick going down the list. But for pretty much every single reason that Kristina said, but the opposite for what she talked about with A New Hope. But I do agree about Luke being a whiny little.
Number 7 for me is Return of the Jedi.
You mean 8?
No, I didn't even say my number 7, dude.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I was on A New Hope. We're on 7.
But yours says 8.
That, Kaitlyn, that's your list.
Oh. I was reading the wrong one. My bad.
Number 7 for me is Return of the Jedi. I enjoyed this one. It's Last Jedi pretty much just took the storyline of this one, which is funny when I'm going to say what my next one is. which is basically A New Hope, Force Awakens. But I enjoyed Return of the Jedi. It completed the original trilogy for me. You know, it tied loose ends. It brought all of that character development over the previous 2 movies and tied it all in a nice clean bow. And it's just fun. I love it.
Yeah. Number 8.
Force Awakens.
I'm not surprised by that answer. Mine is Return of the Jedi, just because, yeah, it's so good. Like, the original trilogy is by far the best. That's why it's my top 3.
Right, that's
because
why it's in, like, my top 4.
You can't beat it. You can't. You can't compete with it. You can try, and we've seen how that's done, you know?
Right.
So,
the only reason, my top 4 is all the original trilogy minus The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens, I definitely have, like, a deep emotional connection to that, you know, just cosplaying Rey, and, you know, it definitely holds a special place in my heart. So that's why it's really high on my list, in number 8. But do you want to round out the last one? What we think is the best Star
there's
Wars
only
movie?
one left. There's only one to choose from, and it's Empire Strikes Back, baby.
The best one, hands down.
Yes.
Hands down.
I'm glad we
Best
can agree on that.
Sequel to, you know,
Well, it's
the
just
first
it's
part
so
of the trilogy.
good.
Like, just like the
everything.
surprises and having the biggest plot twist in cinematic history, like best one. Best one. You get Hoth and
well, and it always makes me laugh when people mess up that line. And with
great.
like they're always like, Luke, I am your father. It's like, no, I am your father. That's how it is. But everybody always mixes it up, and it drives me nuts.
Yep, and we get introduced to Yoda and
Yoda. That's my Yoda impression.
It's just
I can't
it's so complete, and I love it, and I want to watch it now.
Marathon.
Actually, yeah, let's do a marathon. We need to do a marathon for sure. But
marathon.
Yeah. So
Booyah.
we just ranked all 9 Star Wars movies. So
yeah, and I'm honestly not surprised by either of our answers because we've had this discussion with each other many a times.
Oh yep, and we you can tell.
And we can tell we got like we just get so into it, and it's just
I don't understand why you like this.
I don't know why.
Do you like this?
But it's okay to have your own opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, we get at each other because we're sisters, but I mean, please don't judge other people for their opinions on Star Wars.
We
because
just did that to each other.
I know, but I just said because of sisters. But at the same time, if it's not, you know, a sibling relationship or a, you know, familial relationship, don't judge people.
I don't think you should do it at all, but
everybody's got their own opinion, and you know, if you meet somebody that you agree with on something and you disagree on another one for which movie, that's okay. No harm, no foul. Everybody has their own opinion. Let it go. That's all I got.
Cool. Well, let us know what your ranking is. Comment below with your top 9 episodes in order from worst to best. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our choices. I'm sure a lot of people.
Oh yeah, bring it on. I want to hear your guys'
have a lot
feedback.
to say about what we picked.
Give us some feedback.
That's okay. Excited to have discussions about those, but yeah, that's all I've got. You good?
Yep.
Sweet. We'll see you geeks next time.
Later, nerds.
Bye.